Hi, I'm Gabriel Hernandez. This is Watcher DM. Today we're going to be covering the adventure guide for Murder at the Motel Zotel, a Troika adventure by Austin Holm and myself. Let's dive right into it. So, Murder at the Motel Zotel is a murder mystery slash some other things. It's a bit gonzo. We made it for a Troika game jam, if I remember correctly, which usually I do. And it starts off with a dramatis personae, outlining who the characters are, the like main characters that the players will interact with throughout the adventure. And then it goes through the special items, and then it goes through the motel proper, kind of the structure of the motel, interior of it. The party should try and figure out throughout the adventure what has in fact happened, although it can be just as much fun to have them accuse someone of something that they did or did not do. A missing suitcase, punchcard policemen, impractically large hats. The paper boys and the cap heads both sent representatives to the Motel Zotel's penthouse to make a simple deal. 3 chests of silver pence in exchange for a suitcase full of uncut dreams. Now both gangs' point men are dead in the penthouse, and the suitcase and the money are both missing. So here we start with the summary of what's going on. A motel divided against itself outlines what the gang leaders are, how much it costs to stay at the Motel Zotel, the fashion values, and then we've got the random gang member table here. So if you need to randomly generate which gang a character is from, you can roll on this table, the d6, and then the random backgrounds, which are provided at the end of the module. In the dramatis personae, we've got Hotelier and the Law. So this is Hieronymus Hotelier. He runs the hotel. And then the punchcard policeman. He is not terribly reliable, but you can run into him. The gangs, dramatis personae, gangs of the lane, include the paper boys, homage to acid heads. The cap heads, a mushroom-taking gang. The secret gardeners, a marijuana-growing lazy group. And the ice squares, a bunch of meth heads. And then the sloshies are a group of drunks, and the Amateur Arsonists Association is a bunch of fire starters. In this adventure, there are some special items, including hats. Getting or creating a hat of sufficient size can be important for being listened to or taken seriously in this adventure. There's also garden variety narcotics, which can be found, and you just roll a d6 to get their effect. The suitcase of uncut dreams is a special item that can be granted to the party. And then we go into the Motel Zotel proper. So on the first floor, you've got the motel lobby, the bar, and the administrative office. And then on the second, fourth, and fifth floors, there are 12 rooms on each floor. And so what you will do here is you will generate a room by rolling a d6. So rolling for a random room, you roll a 1 or a 2, they will encounter some gang members leaving a room. On a roll of 3 to 4, they'll roll on table A, and on a roll of 5 to 6, they'll roll on table B. Say they roll on table A, and they get a 1, a 4, and a 6. They would be an occultist tourist family, so think Addams Family on vacation. They are doing adultery, so very Addams Family on vacation. And the state of the room, of course, you again roll. So say they get a 2, be dirty. So this can generate some pretty fun outcomes. And then table B is more like an empty room. Not empty entirely, but like they don't have occupants. And so there might be a pillow fort that contains an illegal printing press, or a locked safe in a honeymoon suite, a box of uncounted municipal votes in a goblin maze entrance. Stuff like that. So yeah, roll 2d6 on this table, and roll 4d6 on this table. There is a basement, so the basement bathhouse is the domain of the sloshies. There are 3d6 here at any time. If the sloshies are killed, you can get some stuff. There's a chili oil, there's 140 silver pence, as many bottles of wine as the investigators can carry, and a 20% off coupon for the royal jelly. Then you've got the named floors. So the second floor is the closest to livable. There are 12 rooms on the floor. You can use the random generator for any of the rooms that are not numbered here. So 202, 206, and 212 are all named rooms, and the rest can be randomly generated. Jay Smith conducts the Ice Squares business from room 202. So he's got some minions there. Anybody who's eccentric will be asked quickly to leave, and only the performatively normal can avoid combat here for very long. So this is a great opportunity to kind of press your players into being weird. Like, if they're already being weird, show them how weird that is, and make it an excuse for fight. Room 206, the head leads the cap heads. She's grown entirely into the soggy walls of this cramped room, so she is a great opportunity to play spaced out, wildly hallucinating diva mushroom head right here. Great time. In room 212, there are some paper boys. They will attack if they're interrupted, so they're kind of a fight out of the box, but they can be questioned. The third floor, the rooms on this floor don't have walls, floors, or ceilings, so it's more like a big construction site. And the secret gardeners used to use this area for social lounge, meeting place, and sunbathing terrace. And then the Amateur Arsonists Association attacked, so the secret gardeners have fled. Otherwise, there are arsonists here, and will pretty much try and turn people away. You can join the Arsonists Association, otherwise they'll have to fight, or they'll let the investigators pass. Mathemologists in the area can calculate a way to use the construction clutter as a giant Rube Goldberg machine, and can use the mathemology in a combat. Their mathemology skill can be used to turn the clutter of the construction zone into a weapon, which is pretty fun. If the arsonists are defeated, the gardeners will emerge from the graffiti. So this is a clue that the gardeners can hide in graffiti. And then we've got an advertisement, a middle slip here page, for the Royal Jelly Food Fashion Force. It is run by Jorge, the snail man. He used to be a snail man mailman, but has gone into retail. And here are some things that are available from him. So he will sell some food. He sells some fashion, including a hat. And then he's got some force. So these are weapons that are available from him to purchase. Then on the fourth floor, this place has the flue. It's the architectural flue. So the fourth floor has been hallucinating, sweating, and vomiting for the past few months. Crossing the floor requires some care. Roll on this table as they move across. Ice squares will not appear on this floor. They don't venture this high. So if you would roll ice squares going through here, re-roll. There are 12 rooms on the floor. There are 2 unique rooms. So again, you're going to use the random room generator for everything except for these 2. The room 404 is the Devil's Zone. Room 404, he's chosen to rent it out and live in hell. It's easy to see why. In room 408, a punch card policeman is having an affair with a quantum crime engine. The relationship is problematic on many levels, and both the policeman and the thinking engine will kill to protect their love. A large hat may dissuade the officer, but the criminal thinking engine will fight to the death for its paramour. The 5th floor is the penthouse. Again, it has 12 rooms. All rooms but one can be randomly generated. And 502 is the scene of the crime. There is a secret garden built into one of the walls here. If the party can find it, they can find Gilla Gillot, who is whacked out on drugs. And basically, she knows what happened, but she was too high to be able to remember it correctly. So she'll tell a story that doesn't 100% match up. Here's what really happened. The most important thing is that your party come up with what really happened, and if they catch on to Hieronymus, he can be persuaded to give back the suitcase and the money. Then you got the ending here, and our 6 backgrounds. These are custom backgrounds for this adventure. So the reprogrammed punch card policeman, the puddle person, the bellhop Ronin, the chemically assisted sports writer, the maid, and the snailman mailman. All lots of fun with all kinds of weird stuff. In honor of the kind of gonzo style of this adventure, the back says tune in, turn on, check out by noon. So that is the adventure Murder at the Motel Zotel, again, for Troika. It's a lot of fun to play. It's a lot of fun to run. If you have an experience running this adventure, or you would like to talk about how you would run this adventure, please feel free to sound off in the comments below. Also, if you'd like to support our work, you can find any of these products in the links below at DriveThruRPG, itch.io, or at watcherdm.com, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/watcherdm. Please join our socials and like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you at the next one. Stay weird.